Howdy, y'all. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. We're working on the AE86 today. Finally, we're not fixing anything per se. We're just doing a few upgrades. So a little backstory on this car. US car. It was never a 11 to begin with because the US didn't get the 11 front end. Converted it. We were running the OEM headlights, and truth be told, can't see much out of them. It's just 80s technology. Even with the LED bulb, can't see crap. So luckily, there's a dude by the name Walt. He runs this little company called NTO, and he 3D printed these headlights for the AE86 11 with a projector. I already have one on the car with the headlight scoop. Mind you, this one doesn't have a scoop because I don't want air and moisture hitting the battery, which is right behind the US driver's side headlight. So we're gonna be upgrading to this. And then luckily enough, he also makes fog lights for the 11 front end, which is really, really cool. It's just bracket he 3D printed, some Amazon fog lights, which is nice because you can replace them for cheap. Mind you, I never bought the OEM 11 fog lights for this front end for a couple reasons. Couldn't find them. And when I did, they were really, really expensive. The cool factor's there, but the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. So we're going to be installing these. Not quite sure how I want to wire these up just yet, but screw it. We're just going to throw them on, then figure that out later. So let's dive right in. All right. So before we get started, just kind of giving you guys a view of what it looks like right now. This is, mind you, this is a safety strap. This is a Kouki front end, even though it's a Zenki car. This is the first headlight that I purchased from Walt. It has a headlight scoop, have skeet tubing going all the way to the ITBs, and then I have my JSP bracket, and then right within it is my air intake temperature sensor. On the driver's side, OEM headlight, can't really see crap, and obviously I asked Walt to make me a headlight that doesn't have a scoop so that I don't have all that air hitting my battery, because we kind of got a little bit to begin with. Probably put some type of like, I don't know, rubber grommet or something to keep the air from hitting the battery, but that's pretty much what we're working with. So I've already done this one. I'll go through what we need to take off bracket wise from the OEM headlight. Take this panel off, swap everything over, and then see how it looks. So let's get started. Okay, first things first, we got to remove this T3 aero panel. Now, it never fit 100%. Mind you, this car was crashed a long time ago. We changed out the radiator support. So if you notice here, we're not running the OEM hood latch anymore. The J-Blood hood did come with a striker, and I picked this up from OMG Miata, but we're running a safety cable with a carabiner, and I pretty much just hook it right here to the striker. And then obviously we have the latches right here on top of the hood. So first things first, take out the aero panel. All right, so I kind of Mickey Mouse the way this is bolted on. So if I remember correctly, I think there's like a 10 I put here somewhere a long time ago. Yep, it's there. And if I recall correctly, I cannot fit a socket in there. Yep, nothing like remembering your Mickey Mouse moves from back then. Oh gosh, how does this come off? All right, I'm gonna need a wrench. 6-point hex nut, yep. So it should almost come off unless I put zip ties. So pretty sure I put zip ties because I don't know why this expensive piece to fly up. There it goes. Okay, so I gotta get the corner light out because there's two bolts or studs that I need to loosen here on the fender side. And then we have some bolts up here. So let's knock that out real quick. So mind you, I kind of just have to figure this out of how to get this to fit as best as I could, because I didn't find a schematic at the time when I did this, and like I mentioned, it was a crash bumper, so you're seeing, if you're a 8611 guru, you may see some shit that just doesn't look OEM, and that's intentional. Why? Because I had to figure that shit out, and I made the best out of a solution I was in. So here we are. Mind you, on the fender, I have some rib nuts that these thread into, so it makes it a lot easier. But even with that, the angles are pretty shitty. Because at the time I was impatient and just kind of sent it, so there we go. I'll let that thing just hang out. Here are those two studs I was telling you about behind the fender, which pretty much just have a flanged nut holding everything down. Haven't had any issues, gone to the track, no problem. Okay, so we got these out. Now I have these in the back, which are kind of a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass because we have the oil cooler lines there. Mind you, I think other people's setup is probably more simple, less troublesome, but here I am, figuring it out. And showing you guys as I suffer. We got one. All right. So now let's get some tools out of the way. And it should pop out if I recall correctly. Something fell. Oh yeah, something fell. That was probably hardware. Good job. There you go. So there it is. Then we got to get this H4 connector out. And there it is. So OEM headlight. Mind you, I have a, let's take this little condom off. Have it. An LED H4 bulb in here, but I mean, it was better than the OEM one, I'll tell you that. And then the fog light bracket. So essentially what we're gonna do right now is, it's been a minute. Okay, is that really it? Oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna get this bracket that goes onto the fender, move it over to the new headlight. And then you'll see this bracket right here that holds it to the radiator assembly, the core, along with the fog light bracket. We're gonna move that over as well. Hell no, I'm not using this hardware anymore, so I'm gonna replace that as well. All right, first things first. And now this last one. Oh, you wanna play stupid, huh? There you go. Nothing like 40 years of crap. That's it. No, it's not for sale. It's probably going somewhere in the garage. Sorry, dropped the mic. No, it's not for sale. It's probably going somewhere in the garage, and I'm gonna hold it up just as a flex. Because why not? Because they're expensive and I don't want to just give them away for free. Okay, here's the new headlight. Walt was cool enough to provide hardware. Walt, if you're watching this, thank you. The only thing I remember is I was a little off on the passenger side with these little, I guess, elongated holes on the bracket. These seem to do the trick, so I'm just gonna ugga-dugga them tight real quick for now. There we go. Got that on. Now we need the other side bracket. Kind of went a little too hard on the other one. I want it so that once everything's in position, I can move it. I'll tighten it. So pretty straightforward already. We have the fog light bracket, and then we have the headlight here. And you have a little bit of play here. Looks like I was missing a bolt. I might have lost it. No worries, so we'll figure that out right now. So I have some M6s here. So there we go. So one thing to check out on the headlight itself, Walt made this whole wiring harness for it. It connects to the H4 connector on the 86 chassis. Let's connect this real quick. Remember how it goes? Oh, there you go. And that's it. So now we can pretty much mock it up. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to comfortably lay this here, connect the H4 connector, and then I'm going to kind of feed this harness through because it's going to be a lot of bulk sticking out towards the bumper. So I'm slowly going to just get all this on the side of the battery. There's a lot of space there for this thing to live in. Then with the studs right here on the right, I'm going to align it back where I wanted it. There you go. This is where I want it. I think I need to come in a little bit more. I need to come in. Okay, so I'm gonna align these two first. So there's one. Oh my God, where'd you learn how to do that with your fingers? I know you guys have seen that meme. Okay, two's lining up, perfect how I want it. And mind you, I don't expect it to be perfect, but we'll figure it out. So I kind of got ahead of myself, but if you're wondering how you adjust the projector, if you can see with my hand here, there's like this little ring and lock that you can loosen, and then you're able to adjust up and back. There's a slot in the back side of the headlight itself where you can just adjust the up and down of the headlight. It's actually pretty handy. And then pretty much depending where you're at, you can put the car in front of a flat surface and then use some type of like wall to figure out what the light pattern was. It worked really well on just the passenger side itself. I'll post a photo right here. But yeah, it was really easy to adjust. So now we're gonna have a really nice line for the beam pattern. So yeah, it's just an adjustment. You just loosen it here, and you're able to lift it up and down. You can loosen it more if you need be. And then when you loosen it, you can actually rotate the projector left and right. So sorry I got ahead of myself, but that's how you adjust it. Now, if I can get my hands in here, I'm gonna tighten those bolts that I left kind of ugga-dugga tight so we can get the whole assembly together. Was this one, the one back here. Trying not to slice my forearm and my wrist. No soy ammo. All right. And then this last one right here. Cool, so that's all tight. And then tighten it once more, yep. There you go. And then Walt provided a little screw. Just tighten. And that's it. All right, so now let's test it out. And let's just make sure the highs work how I want them. Did that turn on? Sweet. So we got headlights, highs and lows. Okay, so now to pretty much install the fog lamps. I don't know how I'm gonna wire it just yet. Kind of mentioned that before, but want to throw them on, take the car to Cars and Coffee tomorrow, enjoy it. So on the OEM bracket, there's a welded threaded nut on this part and then this part. It's not really easy to see because it's so dirty, but essentially, feed the wire through. And yes, these are side specific. And then Walt did hook it up with some hardware. So we'll get that installed. Let's see, hopefully I don't have my big ass head in the way. And there you have it. Just tighten it a little bit. Nothing crazy. And now the other side. So there we have the projector headlight with the fogs. This is the driver's side. And this is the passenger side. A little close up so you guys can see how it sits. Sorry for the zoom. So wanted to kind of demonstrate the headlights. So you can either do a white or a yellow fog. So I'm gonna put this to ground here. And then here is going to be the yellow, if I can figure out where everything is jumping around and not short anything. So here's yellow. And then you can do white to match the headlights if you wanted. So there it is, white or yellow. I'm gonna run yellow because that should look so cool. All right, so we got the headlights and fogs wired up. This is the low beam. This is high beam. I'm just gonna reset it. It's low beam again. And this is how the fogs and the headlights look. All right, so we got everything wired up. As you guys could see, the headlights are really, really nice. Great visibility. I might mess with it and tilt them down a little bit. I feel like they're really high up, but there's also a limit to how much you can drop the beam. So I'll have to play with that, but that's not worth recording, to be honest. Also, while my buddy William was helping me with the patch harness for the headlights, somebody that goes by Shitbox Content on Instagram, I kind of found him on Instagram because somebody had this arrow panel. I'm like, hey, where'd you get that arrow panel? I used to think it was a carbine arrow panel, but no, Thunder Up. If I'm butchering your name, I'm sorry. Shitbox Content. He sells these, and it's 11 arrow panel, and it covers the whole headlight. So we aren't using that T3 one anymore. This is a nice aluminum one. Looks way better, and it works as a table, which is really, really nice. But yeah, if you guys like the video, hit a like, subscribe. If you guys have any questions about the headlights, let me know, or you can hit up Walt.Toyoda on Instagram. And if you want an arrow panel, you can hit up Shipbox Content on Instagram. But thanks for tuning in. Peace out.